Hi guys, in this workshop I'm going to talk about the SPJain forms. Sorry about my throat, I'm down with cold, so please bear with me. Yep. So SPJain forms are the only B school in the country which actually give weightage to your profile, just like any international B school. SPJain give call on the two bases. One is the percentile base, which is like any other B school in India, like FMS, IIT Bombay, and all the other B schools, where they simply look at your CAT percentile, Z percentile, or GMAT percentile and give you a call. Second type of call they give is the profile based calls, which will come before your CAT results. That's a good news for the some of the people who have done exceptionally well in one of the areas. So how to get a profile based call is basically if you've done anything international or national level. International level paper presentation, international level sports is a main thing, is a very important thing. Music, any kind of thing. Work-ex, if you've got an international work-ex, or if you've been working on a very big or important projects and assignments, you can apply. Certification, if you've done a few certification which are very good and are in your domain area, you can apply for that. Or exceptionally well academic records. Well, academic record and certification not very important, but anything which is important for you, which is a very big thing you've done, will definitely fetch your call. Fine. Work-ex based, yes, there have been a few calls which are based on work-ex. For example, IT work-ex with 2 year plus work-ex, yes, you can expect a call as well if you're worked on a good assignments. For example, last year one of our students have worked in Infosys for 2 years, and she got a call because she was working for a very big project and have been through a couple of on-site assignments as well. Yep. So that's overall kind of a profile-based calls. What you're gonna expect in this thing, and percentile-based call will come afterwards. After CAT results are out, they'll give you the call, and percentile-based call will be exactly same as your any other B school. But profile-based call are the main thing which you should target. And while converting the college, everyone is same. It doesn't make a difference to the college whether you are from this, or no extra preference will be given to you on whichever basis you are. Alright. So one thing is sure that your GDPI will be happening before if you are profile based call. So obviously the chances are more to convert the B school on the basis of profile based call than on the percentile based call. But there's no fixed ratio kind of thing. Yep. Moving to the second part, the form filling thing. These are the 5 things they are looking for. The form have quite changed as what used to be earlier in the last couple of years, because they have toned down the number of questions. Earlier they used to be around 35 questions which you have to fill, 35 paragraphs. But now they have toned down the number of questions, so we'll talk about each of them. The first section is about your personal details, your contact detail, address and everything. The main thing is the specialization. Fine. Now that is which is a main thing which will backfire if you fill it wrong. For example, a BE working in IT for last 2 years, for example, and have done hardcore IT coding jobs, and filling in finance as a first specialization and marketing as a second specialization is a big time no. Yeah, unless you have very strong background or your assignments are based in finance, then go for finance. Otherwise, don't go for finance. Fine, because it will be very difficult for you to convince them. And obviously, you should be willing to work for in IT as well. Then you can fill IT as well. Fine. So whatever you're filling here, the next few paragraphs should explain those things. Fine. It's like you want to date a girl called, see. Alright. So what I'm trying to say is, for example, if this is a map of India, yeah. If you are a North Indian, let's say marketing is North Indian, and IT is South Indian. Yeah. If you've been working in IT, if you've been dating a South Indian girl for last 4 years of your engineering and now 2 years of your MBA, 6 years you've been dating this girl, and now suddenly you want to get married to a North Indian. Why? Because you like it. It's not gonna happen. Fine. I'm a panelist of now almost 30 B schools. I've been a panelist of 30 B schools, and that is the one thing which I catch. That are you in sync with your profile or not? Fine. So I'm not saying you have to be truthful with yourself that you have to feel IT, even if you're feeling finance. So you have to have a very strong background or the future in that area, right? Otherwise, it makes no sense. You can't give an answer like I like finance because I am applying for finance because I like finance. Fine. So as I told you, It doesn't mean that your work have to be, you have to fill IT even though you don't want it. Please don't do that. You are, if you want to do your MBA, I'm giving you IT example because I was from the IT background earlier, so I'm giving the IT background. Otherwise, if you want to come out of IT, don't apply to IT at all. Fine, whatever you want to go for that. Go for finance, go for marketing, but we'll cover that gap. We'll cover that gap here. I'll talk about that in some time. Next is your second part is your academic program, academic details. So your acads, graduation, professional qualification, whatever you done here. Fine. Last is, this is a very important area, any certification or programs. Now this is the column which most of the students are going to leave empty. Trust me, everyone is going to have same stuff here, same engineering, same BMS, BCom, BBA, whatever you done. Most of you have a same profile. But what defines you separate from the other people is this area. Fine. So important certificate, for example, what you can do now is, for example, if you're doing marketing, you can do a CMP certificate. It's citcmpcert.com. It's a certified marketing professional. So overnight you become a certified professional in marketing. Fine. So this certificate will help you stand out from the other people because that is very, very important. Fine. Then for finance you can do NCFM. There is the NCFM certification which you can do. And for operations you can do a Six Sigma certificate. Fine. If you are IT, if you go for IT, and then IT you have already done, if you have done CCNA and all these things, they are enough for you. Fine. But these three things for marketing, finance and operations is kind of a mandatory to stand out from the other people. If you have background, then it's a different issue. Otherwise, you need all this. For example, we have an engineer who have joined us at Cetking, but he is working in NSE, which is the National Stock Exchange, for last 2 years. So he have a complete understanding about the how NSE operate, how the stock market operates. So for him, going into finance makes sense because it's a logical extension to the career. Fine. So you answer this question yourself for specialization. Okay, is this in sync with your profile or not? If it is, you are in. If it's not, then you're out. As simple as it is. Because there will be someone, trust me, sitting next to you who will have similar background or but a better work ex in that area which you are also applying. Yep. Next part is your work ex, your latest job, previous job, total work ex. So try to talk about, highlight the main things you have done. Fine. Now, thoda bahut, a small amount of lie is okay. Yep. Till you don't get caught. Fine. Don't say all pure lies, say big terms, but you can use a little bit more specific term. Try to use jargon as much as possible so that it comes across as a smart guy. But don't use jargon which they won't understand. For example, if you have field marketing there and if you're explaining me your IT job in very technical term like coding and all these things, Java coding, please don't do that. XML coding, I'm not interested in all these things. Fine. So jargon, what I'm talking about is a more of a management jargon, not of your technical jargon, because you are the one who is from the technical side, not everyone else. Yep. So talk about your work ex. Try to highlight the achievements you have done. Try to highlight how many people you have led or who are in your team. For example, now how you can bluff. Thought about bluff is loud. That for example, if you're working as a team lead for if you're working in a team of, if you're working for a team with a team of 10 people, then and for last 2 years plus, then you can say I was a team lead. Now team lead is not a post, is not a official post, but an informal post made by the project manager. Fine. So thoda bahut namak mir jitna allowed hai, you can do that. If you don't have, if you have a very bland profile, so you can add all these things, but don't over exaggerate. Thoda bahut is okay. Fine. Additional personality attribute. This section is the most important part along with the next part. Last two sections are your make or break for your getting a call. Fine. Additional personality, what extra you have done. Do you know an instrument player? Do you know any you have participated in any international competition? You have done anything internationally, any assignment, work ex internationally, or you have done any kind of NGO work. Now NGO work is anything here. NGO work, projects, anything will do this area. So 4 things identify for, and you have to fill 4. Even if you don't have it, make it. Trust me, you got enough time to do that. Okay. Now with the all these other exams are going on, I understand that, but you have to do anyway, do this job for the other exams as well, other calls as well. So it's just one time effort which you have to put and make your profile strong, so that whichever college you're applying for, you can just copy paste the same profile everywhere. For example, for Nasimoji, you have to make a SOP. Now SOP will again contain all these things. So again we can reuse all these things. So it's a one-time effort which you have to put now or later on depending on your wish. Next is the adversity faced in life. That is again a very very important area. Fine. Don't try to get a emotional this thing advantage by this term. From don't expect emotional advantage, but yes, you can use this term for your benefit. Last year we had a very good student who actually used this thing. He was actually handicapped. He got handicapped a couple of years ago. He met with an accident in which both his legs got handicapped. He can walk, but he can't walk properly. But the way he started his interview, every interview call he started, like, sir, 2 years ago I was on my deathbed. Fine. So that kind of a thing actually clicked for him. Obviously, you have to have your content and everything with you. You have to be smart enough to carry yourself. But these things actually help you. Adversity can be accident, can be any kind of illness, can be anything happening to your family. You were, for example, Coca-Cola thing is going on now in Bombay. So you can talk about that. I was a team of we faced that adversity. We were kicked out of our house, earthquake, any kind of a dramatic thing you can add here. Fine. The adversity can be from the job as well. Fine, where you find out you were in a project and the project was going down. Fine, but don't show your negative side. Don't show your bad things. Don't show your bad academic record. Fine, don't show that you are always a failure. Fine, trust me, I've seen these kind of people who actually say that I'm here because I've failed all my exams. Yeah, you can't say that in the interview. Fine, so don't try to act smart. But yes, this section can give you another heads up as compared to other people. Last is the responsibility shoulders, professional and personal responsibility. Now again a very important question. Professional responsibility is the work given to you in the company. So you talk about the projects, you talk about your assignments, which you have done. And don't worry if these two answers are common. Professional work ex and your previous job will obviously have a common answer. Though both the sections will be same. And same thing you are writing in versatility as well as one of them about your work ex or your ability to lead skills. Fine. Your versatility also talk about your strengths and achievements combined this area. Fine. So that what we can talk about here. Fine. So personal responsibility is anything you have done on the personal front. You can talk about here. Fine. You have led a team of local informally like NGO work, or you have any painting competitions, any kind of a thing that you organize a painting competition for the society. All these things will come into picture. Right. Stop giving nonsense. Remember one thing: the person who is reading your form is an MBA or teaching at an MBA or associated with MBAs. So your answers should look professional. Fine. That's why the workshop which I take, which is the MDP program, which is the Management Development Program, which I take once you get your GDPI call. That will be this is conducted online and in classroom in Bombay, and online everywhere you can join. In this thing, my main target is TLAM. We have applied for the copyright for this word as well. This is think like a manager. Your answer should come across as a manager because you are applying for a role of a manager. You're not applying for a role of a BCom, BA or an engineer. Yep, remember those words. Fine, so your answer should come across that of a manager. Fine, fill this form and think once again that if you Narayan Murthy or Kumar Mangalam Birla is filling the form, will he write all these things? Will he write his versatility activities as a stamp collection or painting or drawing or watching movies? Fine, so all these things are out. All immature answers are out. Fine. Make your foolproof answers. If you have already joined CCE taking, then in your GDPI section, there will be one section on GDPI or MDP program within your dashboard, online dashboard. I have made answers for all these questions which you can look at. From the foolproof answers. Okay. So, see, the written test score I can't control for you, but your GDPI I can control. Fine, I can give you the answer which you can go and speak there. Alright, so that's all I wanted to talk about. So this is your main profile sheet. Your academic record doesn't matter. Your CAT score doesn't matter here. We have seen people last year with 90 percentile they've converted SPJain. Fine. So be prepared for that. Go ahead with that. take your time, fill this form. Don't think it's a waste of time, because anyway you're going to fill this form afterwards. You are going to fill this form for almost every exam. Fine. So these are your 5 main areas which you have to fill it, and for everyone you have to think. You have to think here for your specialization, you have to think here for your certification, you have to think about your work ex, you have to write wonderfully about these 4 5 things and your responsibilities. Alright, all the best. Thank you.